And Ryan back with you. The Lakers just added some toughness, and they got smart. Marcus Smart, the Wizards guard, bought out his contract with the team, plans to sign a 2-year deal to go to the Lakers. That, according to Shams Charania. Smart has a player option after the first year, which would allow him to enter free agency at that time. He's the former Defensive Player of the Year, but has managed to play in just 54 games over the last 2 seasons because of injury.
Out by the Washington Wizards, and it is happening. According to Shams Charania, Marcus Smart getting bought out by the Washington Wizards and will sign a 2-year, $11 million contract with your Los Angeles Lakers. Now, there is a player option on the second year of that deal. That's what Shams Charania is reporting. And I'd also like to note that this is biannual exception level money. As we speak right now, the Lakers do not have access to this money. I asked about this very thing, the biannual exception, just the other day, and was told that they do have a path to get there. So what that path looks like will be something worth keeping an eye on. The obvious thing would be waiving, as we've talked about, we've been expecting, that they will waive Shake Milton, who has $3 million non-guaranteed sitting on their books. But the easiest path to getting there would be waiving Shake Milton and Jordan Goodwin. And I would be, frankly, a little bit surprised if they waived Jordan Goodwin, but just $25,000 guaranteed. That's an incredibly light guarantee there for Goodwin. But that would get the Lakers there to that biannual exception money that they need. After waiving Shake Milton, there'd be $3.9 million below that first tier apron, which they are hard capped at. And then you add in, if they were to waive Jordan Goodwin as well, that would create enough flexibility to give Marcus Smart the full $5.1 million biannual exception. So the bottom line, though, what that means is that functionally other things have to happen for the Lakers to have to do this. But once again, I was told very specifically the other day that the Lakers, they know they have access to it. Whether that means waiving Goodwin as well, or perhaps a trade or something like that could be coming here. But the bottom line, the Lakers do get a perimeter defensive piece in Marcus Smart. There was an understanding on the team that they needed more help defensively, and that is exactly what they're going to get here with Smart. The former Defensive Player of the Year, a veteran. Is he somebody that is going to absolutely transform your entire defense by himself? No, probably not. But you know what I like? What I do like about this is we talk about it all the time. You need those guys that have that dog in them. That's Marcus Smart, right? Like, he's got that attitude that's going to get out there and fight, and he's going to lock in on the defensive side of the ball. It can be contagious. And so I think this is a really nice addition for your Los Angeles Lakers to pick up a player like Marcus Smart. I'm going to be taking your questions and comments in just a moment. Again, former Defensive Player of the Year, Marcus Smart, the Lakers clearly needing perimeter defense, and he's somebody that can help there. The question with him, as always, is the three-point shooting. Can he knock down the three ball or not? By the way, one thing to consider is if they do ultimately move on from, let's say it is Jordan Goodwin, maybe there's a trade. So Marcus Smart agreed to a contract buyout with the Wizards, 2-year, $11 million deal with the Lakers. Smart, the 2022 DPOY, 3-time all-defense first team, will have a player option on his deal. Lakers all-star. Look at Luka, everybody. Look at Luka recruiting. Lakers all-star Luka Doncic reached out to Smart and made it clear that he wanted to play with the two-way stalwart. Hey, you know what? Let's pause for a moment there. Luka's not going anywhere. Right? If there was any, and by the way, I don't think there was any concern about this, certainly not from within the Lakers. I haven't heard any concern about Luka Doncic, but you're sure as hell not recruiting guys to come to your team if you're planning on not signing that extension, right? Get what I'm saying? If you're Luka Doncic and you're recruiting guys to come to LA, you're going to sign that extension. Yeah, I think this is the, I don't want to say the icing on the cake or whatever, but this is the nail in the coffin, I suppose. Let's go with that, to the idea that Luka is not going to stay with the Lakers. There's no way that you're going and actively recruiting veteran players like Marcus Smart if you're not planning on sticking in LA yourself. Great news right there. That's great to see. All right. The planned move serves, by the way, planned move because it cannot officially happen until Marcus Smart clears waivers. He will clear waivers. Planned move serves as a return to the grand stage for Smart, who made the playoffs in each of his first 9 NBA seasons with the Boston Celtics, missed the postseason over the past 2 years in Memphis and Washington. He's been limited to 54 games of the past 2 seasons due to injuries. And that's the thing. He has dealt with injuries. The Lakers, Suns, and Bucks seriously pursued Smart, who received permission to speak to teams and had positive conversations with personnel from all 3 teams. After losing Dorian Finney-Smith, the point of attack wing defender was a major position of need for the Lakers. Agreed. Now, I will say that the Lakers, they are probably, personally, this is me, I can't say how the Lakers feel, but I don't think the Lakers should consider themselves done in terms of adding perimeter and wing defenders. Marcus Smart helped, but I think you do need more than just Smart coming in order to really round out your perimeter defense. But nonetheless, this is Marcus Smart, career 32% career three-point shooter. You don't love seeing that. You don't love the three-point percentage, but a veteran defensive player, knows where to be on the floor, does a nice job getting into passing lanes, getting steals, and we've seen him in the past have really strong seasons. Now, the injury history is real. And so that's something you got to be a little bit concerned about with him. But again, to get somebody of his accomplishments, someone with his accomplishments, is impressive. And apologies, I'm scrolling through Twitter as I'm talking here, just making sure that we didn't that we're not missing out on anything. Yep, we're all good. Okay, so Marcus Smart to LA last season shot 35% if we round up from deep between Memphis and Washington. Actually has a history of shooting well against the Lakers. Hopefully he shoots well in a Lakers jersey. All right, let me get into the rest of this here. If you're saying Smart isn't enough and you suggest more, who else do you have in mind right now? Josh Okogie would be one. Ben Simmons potentially be another one. Guys who are out there. Gary Payton II, another one to keep an eye on. Those are some players that are still out there that could help defensively. Player option, Pelinka. I mean, it's fair. The player options continue to come in, but he had multiple other suitors, and this was probably your way to get him. It was to give him that player option, whereas if he's got Phoenix, Milwaukee, these teams are real threats to go sign him. And remember, Phoenix now has room under that first apron. They're about $8.8 million. They could have offered more. I don't know that they did, but the Phoenix Suns would have had the ability to offer more money than the money that the Lakers are paying Marcus Smart here. Again, they may not have, but they have the ability to do it if they want. That's the point, because their move to buy out Bradley Beal. So the Phoenix Suns could have offered more money. So I get there's a real threat here. And if Luka is telling the Lakers and telling Marcus Smart, I want you here, if you got to give up the player option, you do it. And I know I'm not a big fan of player options in general, but in a situation like this, yeah, I think you do it. And keep in mind, DeAndre Ayton also has a player option. That's something that we're going to see there as well on his deal. So the Lakers will still have some flexibility, some question marks obviously hanging over them this coming summer or this next summer. But overall, I mean, this is a no-brainer move. And by the way, let me say this. Bradley Beal. The Lakers just lost out on Beal. Remember, they got Jake LaRavia over some other West teams. I've talked about that. Other West teams wanted him too. The Lakers got Jake LaRavia. If you told me who's the better fit, or asked me who's the better fit between Marcus Smart or Brad Beal with the Lakers, it's Marcus Smart. And it's not close. Now, a little bit more of a recent injury history, but both players have pretty extensive injury histories here. But this was, I think, a no-brainer for the Lakers. If Smart is available and on the market, and given the specific needs of this team, you go get him. And that's exactly what the Lakers did. What are you talking about? I'm always so negative. I'm singing their praises right now, saying this was a no-brainer to go get him. Come on, man. They did a great job with this. This is a good thing for the Lakers. Yes. Good move for the Lakers. Absolutely. This is good. This is good. Step back. Step back for just a moment. They've given up none of their assets. Precisely zero of their assets have left the Lakers that they could have used in a trade. And you've added Jake LaRavia, Marcus Smart, and DeAndre Ayton. That's pretty impressive. Not to mention, moved up in the draft and got a Adu Thiero. This is a good thing. Great get without giving up assets. But do you feel LA makes a trade to a wing at the 3 position, or do you think this might be it? We still have expirings. I think the Lakers could. Sorry, Keith Smith is just texting me here, just letting me know. Same thing. We were talking about the biannual exception thing. Do the Lakers make a trade it to the wing at the 3 position? I think they definitely could. I think at some point they may need to. But if you're adding Marcus Smart, maybe there's another piece that you can get. But right now, I think the Lakers have done enough to where they can go into the season, if the right opportunity doesn't present itself, they can go into the season right now and say, okay,